The Polk County Probate Court, an overview. Hi, I'm Darren Findling of the Probate Pro, and we're going to cover the ins and outs of the Polk County Probate Court. Let's get right at it. The Polk County Probate Court is located at 255 North Broadway Avenue in Bartow, Florida, of course in Polk County. The building looks like a court building with municipal offices and other courtrooms. It's easy to find, lots of parking around the building. With any courthouse, we suggest that you leave your house early, make your way to the courthouse, find your parking, park, go into the office so you can go through security, and take a deep breath. We recognize that probate and trust related issues are often emotionally charged and filled with a lot of stress. So give yourself plenty of time to get there. The Polk County Probate Court, of course, is a secured facility. Most people understand what's allowed or not allowed into a secured facility as you enter through a metal detector. Those breath sprays or body spray aerosol cans are prohibited, as well as any outside food or alcohol. Any flammable items like a match or lighter is prohibited. Mobile devices that have recording information on it are not allowed. And one of the most commonly forgotten items are things that are on your keychain, like a nail file or a nail clipper that may be attached. It's really frustrating when you make your way into the courtroom only to get to security to be told that you got to return to the car to drop off those items. The Polk County Probate Court, of course, handles probate-related matters. Those include deceased probate estates, trusts, and guardianships, as well as mental health and substance abuse-related matters. Polk County is really fortunate to have experienced judges serving on behalf of the community and handling the probate docket. The Polk County Probate Court maintains a rich and really valuable website that has lots of great information. The beauty of this is that from the comfort of your home, you can access information that you otherwise would have needed to go to the probate court. As you can see from the red arrow, I'm directing you to polkcountyclerk.net. From there, you'll hit the home page. The yellow rectangle shows you where you can find forms and documents. The yellow arrow represents public records. And at the bottom, the red rectangle represents some probate-related frequently asked questions. It would be better if this website was a little more logically laid out, but nonetheless, the information is there. Here I've clicked the Wills and Trust button, and as you can see, some of the frequently asked questions, some of the basics like what is probate and what is a will and what do I need to do with it are addressed and answered here. In addition, on the guardianship page, it also has frequently asked questions as well as the forms and packet information so that you can begin the process. Here, when I click the Forms and Documents section, it takes me to the list of all the Adobe PDFs that I can access for guardianship here and for probate. The beauty of this is that you can review those documents, gather all the important information, and review it to understand all the terminology that's contained within those documents before filing it with the probate court. These documents can be really confusing, so having those documents ahead of time will make your life a lot easier. This particular page on the Public Records link takes you to the Polk Records Online section. You click the Go button, and from there it takes you, of course, to another opening page for the Polk Records. Click the Public Access, which I've identified with the yellow arrow. There's 4 particular spaces you can click here, hit the Public Access, and that takes you to the Robot page. You then have to prove you're not a robot. And doing so is pretty easy. You just have to check that little square and hit the Proceed button. From there, it takes you to the search parameter page. In this case, I searched under the criteria John Doe to find any files that are probate related under the name John Doe. As you can see from the top, those little squares, I clicked probate. So searching under the search parameters John Doe should provide me with information on any file in which John Doe had a probate matter. Now, as you can see, there's lots of other ways to search by case number, case filing date, and so on. Let's see what we get. From here, it took me to a variety of files in which the name John Doe appeared. And as you can see from the red rectangle, they are hyperlinked files. So I can hit the details page to go deeper into that particular court docket. Here you'll see that when I clicked that link, it took me to also the docketed information. This tells me when things were filed, as well as the name or the description of the filed items, as well as whether those are accessible to be viewed. The filing fees for the state of Florida and Polk County are referenced on the website. This information changes as the filing fees change. The most common requested information relating to filing fees relate to the opening of a deceased estate as well as filing the petition for guardianship. Now understand that this just represents the initial filing. There could be expenses and filing fees along the way, as well as legal expenses if you hire and retain a lawyer. To understand what the full extent of the expenses, contact the probate court or contact your probate practitioner. The state of Florida and the Polk County Probate Court maintain statistics relating to the case filings and dispositions that occur within the state as well as within the county. As you can see from this particular graph, from fiscal year 2009 to fiscal year 2019, the last year that the state of Florida published their records, you can see a steady growth of filings as represented by the dark blue color. In 2009, it went from about 100,000 filings to 2019, 133,000. The magenta color represents the disposition of files, as you can see, from about a little short of 95,000 to about 128,000. And those steady railroad tracks reflect a continued growth in the number of filings and dispositions relating to probate in the state of Florida. This table shows that within the file type within fiscal year 2018-19, there were over 59,000 probate files, 940 trusts, and a little short of 8,000 guardianship files. This pie graph shows that probate represented about 50% of all filings, and trust just a mere fraction of 0.7, guardianships a little less than 6%, and commitment acts and mental health related issues rounding out the rest. As it relates to the disposition or how these probate files conclude, this graph really dispels a common misconception. Most people think because they watch television and movie dramas relating to courtroom matters that most matters are resolved with a trial. And in fact, that couldn't be further from the truth. 43.6% are disposed before a hearing, 46.7% are disposed of with a judge at a hearing, and little less than 4% actually are disposed of by a non-jury bench or judge trial. This graph specifically relates to Polk County. As you can see, in fiscal year 2018-19, there were about 1,963 probate matters, 12 trusts, 3,360 mental health, substance abuse commitment acts, and 263 guardianship. A little less than 5,600 total dispositions that occurred within the courthouse at Polk County. So what can you take away from this particular slide? Probate court in Polk County is very busy. Lots of filings occurring statewide, lots of dispositions. So to navigate through the process, we urge you to hire a probate practitioner who's experienced and competent in this particular area. At the Probate Pro, we're passionate about probate and trust related issues. If you have questions about the Polk County Probate Court or any probate related issues, reach out to us at 833-PROBATE or visit us at theprobatepro.com.